What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another review. And this time it's the Candyman, and not this one, but but I was really excited for this one. I was really looking forward to it. I actually enjoyed the trailers. I did the reactions to it, and I'll be very honest, I did not quite enjoy it as much as I should have. And as much at least I was hoping for. Not to that point. No, I don't think the story, or more so the script itself, is really that intriguing. Even though the idea and the message there is. The message and what they're trying to do is actually meaningful. It actually is what's going on out there. So, in that sense, it means a lot. But in the sense of a script, as in, does it hold well together? Is it thrilling enough? Does the horror aspect of it really shines through? No. And I think that's its biggest issue. Now, if you remember the first It movie, the way it worked, it wasn't a horror movie, at least for me. It was more of a thriller, but it had these things where the horror aspect of it kind of like creeped into it, and then the thriller aspect kicked in. But it had that sense of like, oh, it's out there. And it's always like creeping into you, and the way the camera worked, that one scene, couple of scenes, you're looking at it, you're trying to find it, and all of a sudden it's like right there, it jumps up or something. The clown, it really took shape into this horror thing that can kind of creep into you, and that was like the idea with it. The same kind of thing is at play here, but the impact is not there. Like, this thing is doing things, the Candyman, but if it's going on for that long, and if things have been happening, there should have been more towards it. And they go kind of in the past with these not cartoon looking like, but these like puppeteer kind of a scene, something they kind of use in like the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows when they showed the past. It kind of the same idea. It's like, it's not really animation, but it's puppeteering these things to kind of tell the story. It actually takes you out of it. The story they're telling is actually important, and it should kind of bring that fear into you, and you should be like really scared of what they're telling you and the history behind it. But the way they done it, or the way they decided to do it, I don't think it was the right idea, because it actually takes you out of the horror element. Plus the movie itself, the gory scenes, the scenes where he's kind of going to town, killing the kids and all this stuff. There is that. There is that. But it's more you feel bad for the situation, but you don't ever, at least for me, and I'm easily scared. Extremely easily. I was never like, ugh, or not even that. Nothing in this movie was like, I'm either scared or I'm like, oh wow, what a thriller. I love the actors, because the actors and the atmosphere, the way it's all picturized, the camera work is actually amazing. But there's also this time, especially in this one scene, where they do that thing which they did in the first Godzilla movie, the remake they did a few years ago, the first one to start the monster wars, is they, every time the action or something is about to happen, they cut away, or they're showing it from another perspective, not actually showing the action itself, but they're showing that thing there in the small piece in the mirror or on the news in the background. They have that in a few scenes here where it's like, show me that, because that will instill, or that will show me the craziness of this, and this thing is really going out and doing things. But then also there's a kind of I would say a loophole, in that the reason this thing exists and the reason behind it is, it is regarding the community, and it is regarding like what they've been through. So when he's killing but sometimes he's also killing people that are not deserving. But then there's an ending in the loophole is that towards the end, he does let someone go even though that person said its name. So I understand why they did that, but at the same time, once that person has become the entity, it never shown that it can choose. Where in other scenes, some of the other scenes, they're like this one kid, harmless kid that said it, but then he gets killed or she gets killed. So it's sometimes there's loopholes, and then the story, especially towards the end, even though the end is a great and it does set up this a second movie, it kind of comes quick, and all that in 1.5 hours. And I think that was one of its biggest things, is that the movie should have been longer. It should have told the past a lot more. It should have shown the past, the scenes where they're trying to use these puppeteering techniques. Instead of that, actually show what happened and the pain and the suffering of what those characters went through. That would have left more of an impact. So by the end of it, the movie, even though the message there is extremely important, the impact is not there. You see, it gotta have an impact. The Conjuring movie, the first movie, the second one, the first It movie, at least for me, they had an impact. A horror movie or a thriller, whichever you want to see it, it gotta have an impact in a way, and it never has that impact. And it's because the thriller aspect of it and the horror aspect of it really doesn't come through, at least for me. So because of all of that, I give this one a 6 out of 10. It is a good watch. I think in one-time watch. The story there is interesting, but it doesn't shine through as it should have. So that's my take on it. What did you all think of it? Have you watched it? Are you deciding to watch it? Or you're done with the Candyman franchise? Leave a comment below. Let me know. And other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. If you like these kind of reviews, there are a whole lot of others on the channel. Please go have a watch. And yeah, take it easy. Take care, and I will catch you all soon. Until then, ta-ta. Take care.